Hello and thanks for staying with us. The custom management has continued to protect diplomacy as approved by the Nigerian government on clearance of consignment at the port. Also on custom support, some area controller speaks on custom submissions in the country. Plus, more report. I am Egiseme Edie. Stay tuned. The custom boss has continued to implement government policies in regard to clearance of goods at the port. The custom chief, who also chairman of WCO, plus some foreigners and also ambassadors, the working of the Nigerian Customs Service in the country. He has this to say.
The Nigerian Customs Service hosted a high-level diplomatic cocktail reception in Abuja, bringing together ambassadors, high commissioners, heads of missions, and senior government officials in a strategic engagement aimed at strengthening international cooperation, trade relations, and institutional partnerships. The event, held at the rooftop of the Nigerian Customs Service headquarters, Maitama, Abuja, also attracted the Chief of Air Staff, the Inspector General of Police, members of the Customs Management, and other senior officials from key security and government institutions. Welcoming the diplomatic community, the Comptroller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, expressed appreciation for the sustained support of international partners in strengthening bilateral relations and advancing global trade cooperation with Nigeria.
We do recognize the very serious importance, the critical importance of the diplomatic missions in our country. We recognize the very, very important job that you do, not just in representing your various countries, but then in ensuring that we have very good diplomatic relations between your countries and Nigeria. And by extension, when we talked about very good diplomatic relations, we're also talking about very good trade relations with Nigeria. So the promotion of trade, the promotion of your national interests are believed to be the essential characteristics of what define your mission in Nigeria. So we're therefore here to say Nigeria Customs Service, working with other agencies of government, would be here to extend warm welcome to all of you in Nigeria, to make your tenure of duty in Nigeria very experiential, to make you feel at home in Nigeria. We want to assure you that things that concern speedy clearance of your imports when you need them will be given attention all of the time. And towards doing that, one of the measures that we have considered would be the establishment of a special desk within the Trade and Tariff Department that would handle and hasten the clearances, the processing of your Form CC1 to ensure that clearance of your goods in the ports, those that relate to projects that you're handling in Nigeria, those that relate to things belonging to officials working in your embassies are given speedy documentation and clearance in our ports. And Nigeria Customs Service is an agency that is undergoing transformation. And so, because I also sit as the chair of the World Customs Organization, I do know that in your various countries, your customs administrations are also going through similar kind of reforms. We meet regularly, we compare notes, and we've seen that there is opportunity for us to learn best practice from each other. So, as a deliberate strategy for modernization, we have built on a plank of capacity building. So what this means is that we identify customs administrations that have advanced in different areas of customs operations, and we learn from them periodically. You can let that fly. Periodically. So we do benchmarking visits to some of these customs administrations. We learn best practice from them. And most importantly, we organized study tour to some of these countries. For African countries, our officers who are undergoing training in Command and Staff College go to at least 4 African countries in a year for them to understand, what is happening about customs modernization in those places. The second plank of modernization is for us to collaborate across borders. So we have opportunity to seek collaboration from customs administrations that are undergoing the kind of reforms, the kind of modernization that we are experiencing in Nigeria. Fortunately, the World Customs Organization, an umbrella body bringing together about 184 countries, had made it easier by providing a template for us to have a legal framework for cooperation and collaboration. As we speak, we have that kind of collaboration with about 20 countries and still counting. I had the opportunity to discuss with His Excellency the Ambassador of the Royal Kingdom of Netherlands that in June during the Policy Commission, during the Council session, we will have the opportunity to consummate the agreement we have with the Dutch Customs. We have similar agreements with a number of other customs administrations. But between us customs administration, we can have intention to collaborate. But for us to take it to the level where it will be properly executed, implemented, we need the various embassies of these customs administrations, because even when we sign, we still need them to help us to transmit using diplomatic channels and taking them through various countries where they will go through some other internal processes. So
you are watching the program Customs Report.
The Nigerian Customs Service has intensified efforts to strengthen international partnerships and trade cooperation after hosting a high-level diplomatic reception in Abuja, attended by foreign envoys, security chiefs, and senior government officials. The event, held on Tuesday at the Nigerian Customs Service headquarters in Maitama, Abuja, brought together ambassadors, high commissioners, heads of diplomatic missions, and representatives from key government institutions. Officials said the gathering was aimed at deepening collaboration on trade facilitation, border security, and diplomatic relations at a time when global supply chains and international trade networks are becoming increasingly interconnected.
The diplomatic world, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm happy to be here with you this evening. The CG Custom for pulling me out of my tight schedule to be here today. For me, as a policeman, it's duty 24 hours every day. We no longer have the 3 shifts that we used to have. So I thank you so much for making me come out this day to see and meet to demand, especially for the ambassadors. Our numbers are everywhere for you. Whenever you need us, you are just a call away. I thank you so much for taking your time to listen. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity to meet wonderful people.
Officers, airmen, civilian staff of the Nigerian Air Force, I'd like to say thank you to the Nigerian Customs for all you do for us. Thank you for your service, and we look forward to greater collaboration and partnership as the future projects.
And it's a good thing that this engagement is taking place. And that is why we always commend the Comptroller General for his vision. And it is good that everybody is here today. In fact, our relationship with you is further cemented by this engagement. The Comptroller General has said it all, and I will not want to be guilty of reputation. In fact, I should not be guilty of whatever the Comptroller General has said. So I want to thank you for coming.
The Nigerian Customs Service has commenced plans to rehabilitate the infrastructure of Ife Girls High School in Ife local government area of Osun State under its corporate social responsibility program, Customs Cares. The Comptroller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, disclosed during an assessment visit to the school aimed at evaluating the scope of intervention required ahead of the commencement of rehabilitation works. The visit formed part of ongoing efforts by the service to identify and address critical needs in public institutions through its Customs Cares initiative, with education remaining one of the program's priority areas. Speaking during the inspection, CGC Adeniyi said the decision to intervene followed reports on the condition of the school and a first-hand assessment of its facilities. According to him, the school, established over 6 decades ago, was once renowned for academic excellence and a disciplined learning culture, but has suffered years of neglect that have adversely affected its facilities and learning environments. He expressed concern over the state of classrooms, laboratories, sanitary facilities, and the library, noting that some sections of the school had become overgrown and unsafe for students. The CGC assured that the proposed intervention will be carefully executed to avoid disrupting academic activities, adding that necessary approvals have been secured while consultations with relevant stakeholders were ongoing to ensure smooth implementation.
Assessment of the range of work that has to be done. I have gotten some briefs before. My colleague working with us has been here. He lives around this place, so he's very familiar with. But I must say that the level of degeneration that is inside here, maybe he wasn't even aware that things have gone this bad. But the moment he came and he saw them, there was the sense of urgency and importance that they attached to it. And I've also seen this myself, that we really have to come in here and do whatever we can to ensure that we create the right learning environments that we inspire our young girls. The time that this school was established was the same time that the secondary school that I attended in Modaeke was established, Modaeke High School, 1960. Okay. And I don't see this level of degeneration in Modaeke High School. And so it's really very painful that something, if a guy's high school used to be one of those flag bearers, one of those very, very, very good schools in those days, when you see the students dressed in immaculate white and if I remember, purple, white and purple dress. We used to be so proud and envious of them when we see them in those days. So there's so much to be done. We'll try our best. The classrooms, the facilities for the girls, amenities, restroom, laboratories, the library, even creating, providing some fresh breath, because it's so weedy. We went into a classroom and we saw squirrels in the biology laboratory, running out of the place. It is not impossible that we have some reptiles, in a weedy environment like this. So we will come in, by the grace of God, we'll see what we can do, and we want to do it in good time, that it will not create too much of destruction to the school, school programs. So we will call for your support. We will also call for your understanding. I have seen the approval that you have secured from the state authorities. Independently, I will also notify them that we are going to be undertaking a corporate social responsibility project here in the school. So we'll get updated as we make progress. Yes. So help us tell the kids, help us tell the teachers, the staff, the parents that what we want to do is just for us to contribute our own quota. The overall responsibility to continue to maintain. This school was not like this before. It was because of years of neglect that brought it to this. So by the time we do whatever we need to do, it will be the responsibility of all of us, all the parents, all the stakeholders, all the staff members, to ensure that never are we going to allow it to get to this stage again. This is very painful to see an educational facility in this kind of state. So we'll be working very closely with him so that our intervention will start and in good time.
Nigerian Customs Service has announced plans to intensify its crackdown on the smuggling of vegetable oil into the country through intelligence-driven special operations aimed at protecting local industries, preserving jobs, and strengthening Nigeria's agricultural value chain. The Comptroller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, disclosed this during a meeting with stakeholders in the vegetable oil industry held at the service's headquarters in Maitama, Abuja. Adeniyi said the service remains committed to combating smuggling through strategic enforcement measures, enhanced intelligence gathering, and stronger collaboration with industry operators. According to him, customs and stakeholders in the vegetable oil sector share a common objective of safeguarding legitimate businesses, encouraging investments, and promoting economic growth. The customs boss noted that addressing smuggling requires sustained cooperation between government agencies and the private sector, especially in sectors that contribute significantly to employment creation and national development.
The controller in charge of Onne 2 Port has briefed members of the public on why Nigerian Customs Service will continue to arrest any consignments not approved by government. It will be important to follow the rules and clearance of goods.
The Nigerian Customs Service Customs Area Comptroller of Onne Area 2 Command, Port Harcourt, Rivers State, Comptroller Aliyu Mohammed Alkali, highlighted the achievements and milestones recorded by the command during the period under review. During a press briefing held at Onne, he informed the press that the command recorded its highest monthly revenue collection since inception, generating over 77.3 billion naira. According to Comptroller Alkali, it is worthy of note that the command generated a total revenue of 258 billion 204,841,355 naira 66 kobo. This represents an unprecedented revenue collection in the history of the command.
Last month, in April 2026, the command recorded the highest revenue collection in a month since the inception of this command, generating over 77.3 billion naira. It is worthy of note that the command has, from January to April 2026, recorded 258 billion 204,841,000 naira, which is also a milestone achievement. It is an unprecedented collection in the history of this command. This remarkable achievement reflects our unwavering commitment to revenue generation, trade facilitation, and the enforcement of extant government fiscal policies. For the officers and men of this command to continue with their due diligence, dedication to duty, that what we are doing is being appreciated and is being recognized. And we should always mind the fact that we are here for a purpose and a goal, and we should always focus on those purpose and goal, which is revenue generation and fighting smuggling. We will not allow anything untoward, anything on custom to escape our hold, because we know once it escapes from here, it's going to the general public. So I will still continue to implore officers to maintain discipline and continue doing our statutory role.
The newly appointed area controller in charge of Tinkan 2 has continued to brief members of the public on why the Nigerian Customs Service will continue to implement rules and regulations to generate more revenue for the country. He was speaking with stakeholders in Lagos.
1 franc is going out, another franc is coming. All I need is your prayers, because it's a very big shoe that I'm stepping into. All the same, I have no doubt that I'll succeed. Why am I saying this? With all sense of pride. My ACG told me, Joey, like you used to call me, I've set a cruise control for you. I really worked hard when I came in here. All the plans are there for you to succeed if only you follow the way I was operating. Thank you very much, sir. It is with profound gratitude and a deep sense of responsibility that I stand before you today as I assume duty as the area control of this prestigious seaport. First, I wish to express my sincere appreciation to the Controller General of Customs, Bashir Adewale, MFR, PhD, PSC, Daga, and other management staff of Nigerian Customs Service for finding me worthy of this deployment to Think Can Island Port Area Command. I recognize the strategic importance of this command to national revenue, trade, and security, and I accept this responsibility with humility and commitment. I also wish to commend the ACG for the giant strides recorded during its tenure. Under its leadership, the command witnessed significant progress in revenue collection, trade facilitation, and the suppression of smuggling activities. These achievements have raised the bar and strengthened the reputation of Think Can Island Port Command as a critical gateway for legitimate trade. I pledge to consolidate on these gains and build a command that is even more efficient, transparent, and results-oriented.
The Customs Area Controller in charge of FOU Zone A has also briefed members of the public, telling them that Nigerian Customs Service will continue to fight against smuggling of consignment in and outside the country. He has this to say on a lot of issues.
Well, the Comptroller General of Customs is extremely passionate about the fight against smuggling, and this is exemplified by the policies and programs that he has put in place to nip smuggling attempts in the bud. Some of these are the deployment of the requisite tools and techniques that seeks to lean away from reactive enforcement to predictive enforcement. What do we mean by that? Through the deployment of requisite tools, he has brought in the geospatial technology, which seeks to improve interdiction rates, better and timely reporting, improve situational awareness, better resource management through the use of spatial geoanalytics to elicit GeoInt outcomes. Previously, we are dependent solely on HUMINT and OSINT, but these are prone to a lot of vulnerabilities. So this GeoInt, through the deployment of geospatial technology, gives us predictability, it gives us visibility, and it increases our success rates, and it gives us better resource allocation. On the recent drug seizures by this unit, it has just been a result of deliberate and concerted effort by the unit to fulfill one of our most cardinal objectives, which is the protection of the Nigerian society. We have embarked on a targeted approach, which has led to successful interdictions that have been well reported in recent times. The officers that have done this job have been so well motivated to ensure that they deliver at the very highest level. They have been provided with the requisite, morale boosting, incentives. For example, recently we are moving to Ikberu, where we have an state-of-the-art ultra-modern office space, which, is a pride of place in the annals of the history of the Nigerian Customs Service, first of its kind, and that is a definite morale booster. It gives us inclusivity. It makes us, better positioned to deliver the goods that is expected of us to do. So officers are more than dedicated to deliver on this mandate to the highest level.
Just before round up this week edition of Program Custom Report, we brought you reports where the country Nigerian Customs has continued to preach to diplomats in the country that Nigerian Customs Service will continue to open and promote open door policy in the country as regards to clearance of goods at the port. For me, Egeseme Otinye, thanks for watching.